Mahmoud Khodor, welcome to Step, welcome to Podstar. What brings you here?
I'm here to meet interesting people and to hear interesting conversation. And almost everyone is talking about AI.
Who is an interesting person to you?
Ahmed Fadi Khandour, Ronaldo, he's the godfather of everything you see here. Fadi Khandour, he's the founder of Aramex. Aramex, now they have something called the Aramex Mafia. So people who worked in Aramex, and when Aramex exited, they created several multi-million-dollar founders and they created their own startup. So everything you see here, the entire ecosystem is made by those two giants. So I'm a big fan.
So now you tell me, so 206,000 subscribers on YouTube and you're still learning for interesting conversations, right? So what is an interesting conversation for you?
Interesting conversation, it's anything I'm struggling with right now. So if, let's say, I'm struggling with building a good culture in my team, this is something I'm interested for right now. If I'm trying to build a product and find the first 10 customers, this is what is interesting for me right now. So one of the problems last month, I was struggling with positioning, and I was able to message April Dumford, she has the phenomenal book about positioning. And we came and we spoke for like an hour and a half, and I asked her all of my self-serving questions. So these are the interesting conversation for me.
So how did you grow until 206,000 subscribers on YouTube within 3 years?
So
what happened? It's in English. It's not in Arabic.
So
you feature some really famous people on your account. How did that happen?
So the funny part is I've deleted the first 50 episodes. So one is, it's very cliche now, but it's consistency. It's a funny story. I wanted to interview someone who's one of my mentors. He's Roger L. Martin. He created the best book about business strategy. It's called Playing to Win. And I contacted him on Twitter. I was like, dude, I would love to interview you. He was like, yes, in 6-7 months, I'm coming to Dubai. And I was like, oh, crap. I don't know how to set up a camera. I don't know how to do podcasting, anything. So I started creating videos for me to learn. So the first 50 videos for me to gain an audience. And I spoke about product management, about building product. I grew around 5,000 to 10,000 because I was very niche. I was just talking about product managers and building a product market fit and how to get the first 10 customers. Then I started having first a few people on board. And again, initially I was very niche. Again, how to build product, how to go from 0 to 10 to 100 to 2,000. First thing is, again, just consistency and have a 10-year-old milestone. I'm not building for the next 1 year or 2 years. I'm building, where this will be in 10 years from now.
No, but I think you also are really great at reaching out to people who you really like, and you don't really think about, how famous they are, aren't you?
So they are famous to me.
Yes.
So for example, when I reached to Roger L. Martin, I was so excited. I called my brothers. I called my mom. I was like, I have a meeting with Roger L. Martin. Nobody knew what he was. Yeah. So I had to explain to my brothers, like, dude, he's the Cristiano Ronaldo of business strategy. And this is the same way I explain how those people are. And again, those are interesting to me. And the way that I reach out, yes, I do cold emails. Yeah. But again, those cold emails are very specific. So I know their content inside out.
Exactly.
I know their books. I know I read and I viewed almost every interview they've ever been with. So I'm reaching out at a fan. And sometimes there's a few people, it took me a year and over 50 emails. So those things take so much time, but I have time. I am working on a 10-year-old horizon.
What keeps you going when you're sort of sending that cold email and nothing comes back?
Yeah, those
you must be a really great fan of a person you're trying to reach to. I mean, like, how the hell did you get this guy? What his name? Sorry, Satya.
So I was able to get a few people again.
Yeah.
Most of those people, they want to have people in the region. They to be very frank with you, they want exposure to the Middle East, and they're asking, okay, who is the Joe Rogan in the Middle East?
Yeah.
There's no one. Who is the person that we need to talk to get exposure to this market? There's no one. Who can have at least decent conversation? Who is professional enough? There is no one. So I mean, we have some names, but we don't have this one all and be all. So they are looking for us podcasters. But with the things I'm doing differently, maybe because I'm reaching out again and again and again. So some people, honestly, it took me, for example, now with the founder of Salesforce, now I almost sent 34 cold emails. I'm still waiting. He will be on my podcast soon. There's another guy whose name is Jason Calacanis, who's the first investor in Uber.
Yeah.
It took me a year, and now recently, okay, he's coming in Dubai in next 2-3 months. I'm like, dude, let's book it. He was here last time. He did not have time for me. But yeah, I have time. I'm patient.
That's I think that's an amazing lesson to learn. I'll be honest with you, Mahmoud, because I think, first of all, the passion towards somebody you really like, somebody you really want to learn from, and second of all, that persistent. You really want to get that person on your show, and you'll do anything for that. And I don't think it's for everyone. I don't think it's for everyone. So that's the success. But have you ever felt sort of shy because, let's say, your numbers were not right? I'll tell you what happened to me during 1 billion followers summit, which had a few really huge celebrities, including, for example, Mr. Beast.
Okay.
And his team was interviewed on the stage, on a side stage though, and I really badly wanted to interview them because I mean, it's just great to know what's happening behind one of the biggest YouTube account in the world, right? And I asked them once and twice, and I think they were busy. And after that, I felt absolutely shy to insist on doing some more attempts. And that's why I really respect what you're doing with each and every celebrity you have on your account.
Even I've done stuff that I'm not personally proud of as well. I was in the World Government Summit, and I met Chamath Palihapitiya. So probably you might not know this name, but in the VC industry, he's very famous. We call him the SPAC guy. And he have a very, he's in the podcast called the All In Podcast, almost 1 million followers on YouTube. So I've been following him for 3 years, and I got starstruck, and I got very shy, and I was like, hey, I didn't know how to talk. I wanted to take a selfie, but I don't like asking people for a selfie.
Yeah.
It's so uncomfortable. But again, he was like, dude, chill, it's fine. He took his time, he fixed my color, he took a selfie. We exchanged emails. He was like, dude, reach out to me. For 24 hours, I hated myself. But again, I got the email. And hopefully we'll interview him soon. So unfortunately, I'm an introvert myself. I'm assuming you're an introvert as well. We have to do those things that are not cool right now, but I think it's in 5-6 years, we're gonna laugh at those things.
Maybe. So, but with all these efforts involved into how you grow your channel, how do you sort of, I mean, probably one of the most popular questions that they ask you, how do you monetize your content efforts? Are you intended to monetize them, or are you doing them out of the interest?
So I'm not against monetizing, and I had a few offers, but currently, because I have another job and monetizing the podcast, it takes some work. And I always pride myself that I was able to grow my podcast the lazy way. So, there's a famous saying that it's really hard to make business with people that are working with something they're passionate about. So for example, I'm willing to work on being a podcaster for the next 10 years for free, funding it from my own pocket. It's really hard to compete with people like me. So the end goal is not monetization per se. For me, the end goal, I want to be able to contribute to the marketplace of ideas. And I want to be able to influence or shape certain narratives. And that's what the end goal for me.
And you're building your own company now.
Yes.
Is this the first?
Yeah, part of founding member. Yes.
So is this the first company that you're building?
No.
Or
No. So I've built a few companies before, mostly in fintechs and marketplaces, and I had a few good exits. I had a few bad exits, and a lot of learnings. I thought that you can learn everything from books. I was so wrong. It was a very humbling experience. And recently, I noticed especially in my time in fintech, I noticed cybersecurity is a big problem. So small and medium enterprises are the backbone of the UAE economy, and they're very vulnerable to attacks. And whenever those small and medium enterprises get attacked, they don't survive after 1 year. And we still and most of the tools that are available for them right now are so complicated. So I'm very passionate about this space, and I've been working on it for the past 1 year right now, and why we have few products in the market.
So, but would you ever use your channel to advertise your own company? Or create another channel to like specifically create a marketing content for your cybersecurity startup?
So we're discussing something like this with the team, but so currently I'm aligning a meeting with interview with the Minister of AI. I'm having a minister with His Excellency, Head of Cybersecurity. So I'm interviewing them as well on my channel, and I can see how this will be related to the company as well. So there's some things that we can play here, but again, I think this channel will outlive all of my startups.
But I think there's nothing wrong, right, in using your the attention that you were able to gain over the 3 years of doing hard work and going through multiple uncomfortable moments to get it to advertise your cybersecurity startups, because apparently this is one of the ways to get into creators economy. You don't have to straight away monetize your attention, like meaning attracting the brands into your channel, but you can build on the back end, and which is exactly what you're doing, correct?
Absolutely. One of the many learnings that I learned, first time founders, we used to focus on product. So I used to be obsessed about product, and I still am a product person. But then second time founders, they always obsess over distribution. So even if you have a mediocre product, but you have a really good distribution, you're most likely gonna win. So this was the big learning for me. So that's why I decided, let's go and build distribution, and let's figure out the product later.
Interesting. So if you will get an amazing brand offer tomorrow in terms of your YouTube channel saying, Mahmoud, you're doing a great job and great people are coming to your channel to talk to you. We would like to sponsor it massively for the next 2 years. Would you drop your cybersecurity business, or would you combine it?
No, I will. I think I have.
Basically, my question is,
Sure.
what do you like more, content creation or the building a product? So
Sure.
what?
So my philosophy
choice.
my philosophy is, I cannot be a full-time content creator. If I was a full-time content creator, there's nothing nothing I can talk about. I want to be the man in the arena as well. I want to be the man who's building products, and I'm using the content creation to talk about it. If I stop building product, if I stop talking to customers, if I stop trying to scale company, finding product market fit, what I'm going to talk about? So that's why I thought those things still feed into each other.
So basically, in the conversation that you're having with the guests of your
Yes.
channel, you're only discussing the business matters. Are you discussing any sort of hobbies, any interests that are relatable to all of the people?
So I'm not. So my podcast is not a lifestyle, so I don't talk about like very general stuff. I don't talk about politics. Mostly talk about business. So even how to be more effective, I have a persona, what someone like me would like to listen, and I focus on that. So I don't go like, hey, I found this interesting. I have a lot of interesting things, or interesting interests, hobbies, but I would not want to talk about the podcast. The podcast, I was like, it's very specific and focused about like a few specific topics.
Yes. Is there any specific structure that you're following with the celebrities that you're inviting? Not celebrities, I mean famous people, famous you. Is there any specific structure of the conversation or the ideas that you're exploring?
Sure. So it differs from a person to person, but basically I ask myself, if I want to explain it to a friend, if I want my friend to take the insight out of it, what is the 4 or 5 sentences that he can take it and implement it tomorrow? And this is something I always tell most of my guests. They always know this story. The things that works well for me, which is behind the veil stories. Informations are everywhere, especially now with the LLMs, the ChatGPT. My audience, I think, they come to my podcast not to information per se. They want to see behind the veil stories and want to learn 2 or 3 tactical things they can implement tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes I invite other CEOs and they talk about very abstract thinking or things that rhyme well, and those for me are noise.
So you prefer to go tactical, to go really, really tangible. So what is the biggest insight that you got from your interviews in 2025, and what are you chasing in 2026, let's say?
Oh God, I need to think about it. Biggest insight I got.
Like something that something that stuck with you. It could be one thing, it could be two things, and probably a guest as well that's stuck in your mind, and something that you're chasing in the 2026 too.
The founder of Waze, Yuri Levin. He was. I interviewed him a few weeks back. It was something. There's a quote he was wearing on his shirt for the past 10, 15 years, which is, "Fall in love in the problem, not the solution." And I'm an engineer at heart, so when I listen to a problem, I like to go to execution. I would like to go and start building stuff. And now, especially with vibe coding and AI tools, it's very easy to go and start building stuff. And he's the one who pointed out to me, I was like, Mahmoud, you have to wait, focus, spend more time into the problem space, and then once you have all the information, then go with your team, decide what is the solution is. So again, having access to the founder of Waze telling you that, and he had an amazing book that he was able to sign to me as well. But this is one of the things that stick out to me.
Yeah, so are you chasing anything specific in 2026?
Anything specific in 2026?
Meaning, I want to grow and up to 500 on YouTube, let's say, or I'm chasing to get the best idea of a startup. Anything that is in your mind, something that keeps you motivated on both sides, on the business side and on the content creation side.
So choosing goals is very important, and the fastest recipe for depression, I think, is choosing a goal you cannot control. So choosing to grow like 400 or 400,000. You can't control this. So while I can control, I'm still trying to see if I can do it. I want to be able to go back and publish consistently every week, to have interesting conversation. This is one thing I'm looking forward to. Another thing I'm looking forward to is regarding a cybersecurity company. I want to make sure that I have like 2-3 products in the market that each have 5 to 10 customers that are happy with those products. Another thing is, because of the people that I have on my podcast, they convinced me to start writing again. So again, I had the bug. I wrote a book once. I decided not to publish it. It was horrible. But the act of writing the book, it was very enlightening to me as well. And now I'm trying to write another book. And now I finished the first draft. Now I'm rereading it. It looks really horrible. But that's why I'm rewriting it again. So these may be the 3 focus areas I'm focused on for this year.
That's great. No, I think that's an amazing plan. And one last question. I actually asked myself this morning, what is my word for 2026? And because I tend to talk to creators a lot and about the new media and about how to grow YouTube, whether YouTube is really needed for, let's say, for the B2B companies, etc. So I chose my word to be an entertainment, because this is what I'm struggling with. I'm struggling to bring in an entertainment aspect into the super serious B2B conversations that I usually have. So if you think with the same logic, what would be your word? It could be anything. I don't know. It could be wisdom. It could be money. It could be... What is your word for 2026?
Winning.
Cool.
And this is mainly on the startup that I'm helping building right now. I want to win. And there's a quote that one of my mentors tell me: "Don't play to play, play to win." And this is exactly what I would do. And you can see this passion in me, in the team, in everything that I really touch.
I guess those who play to win, they win.
We try to, or we lose really badly.
That was great. Thank you.
Of course.